Anyway, so when we talk about frequency healing, the FDA and every medical establishment will come out and say that's crazy, it's silly, it's voodoo, it's quackery, it's snake oil stuff, because they will tell you the only thing that can ever make you better is synthetic chemicals from the FDA. They have to be synthetic because you can't patent a naturally occurring thing. So anything that is natural cannot be a pharmaceutically driven drug. And so everything they make is fake. It has to be by definition synthetic. Lots of people actually believe in frequency healing and frequency medicine. I don't think they've ever been looked at it in the right light. So if you believe that sunlight helps the body make D3, so if you believe that D3 is the sunshine vitamin and sunlight helps your body make it, you believe in frequency medicine, because what you actually believe in is that a very specific frequency of light, UVB, travels from the sun through the vastness of space to the earth. It interacts with your electromagnetic field, and it helps alter a chemical in your body from D2 to D3. I think that the vast majority of people know, understand, and believe that. That is literally frequency healing or frequency medicine. If you believe in red light therapy, if you believe that far infrared makes changes to the body, if you believe that X-ray can be damaging to the body, you believe in frequency function. The reason that X-ray is it's more powerful and it's just too powerful, that is the frequency of energy that is in the X-ray. So the electromagnetic spectrum of light is very, very large. So you've got far infrared and ultraviolet, you've got X-ray, you've got all those things in that frequency set, that electromagnetic frequency set. Some of them that are harmful and damaging to the body, some of them are very beneficial, depending on how you use them. So this kind of goes back to, it goes back to what's called resonant frequency. So if you've ever heard of or seen like an opera singer like sing and break a glass, the reason for that is because it created resonance, and it made everything start to move. Well, in a very rigid structure like glass, if it starts to move, it'll shatter because it's too rigid. So your body is built in a very similar manner. Each organ, each molecule in your body has a resonant frequency. When those molecules come together as a tissue, those cells or tissues, those cells and tissues have a resonant frequency. And so this is how muscle testing works. This is how acupuncture works. All the stuff that you've been told by Western medicine and the FDA, the NIH, and the CDC is quackery and doesn't work at all. That's how it all works. It's always funny because billions of people around the world have been using things like acupuncture and muscle testing and herbal function for, tens of thousands of years. But that's all insane, because you can only get real healing from synthetic chemicals designed by men and pumped into the body. So that's kind of the difference. So when we talked about yesterday, we were talking about alpha gal and we talking about allergies and stuff like that. And I mentioned the idea that we use frequency healing to reset that's what I was talking about. Your body actually resonates on its own electromagnetic field, which is ironically very similar to the electromagnetic field of the earth, which is 660 nanometers, as if we were made from the earth. I know, crazy idea. But that's kind of where that comes from. That's where grounding actually works. And you can actually look at EM spectrums. There's all sorts of ways of looking at people before and after grounding and during grounding and saying, oh my gosh, it's totally different. You can actually do it with muscle testing. You can bring them inside, set them on concrete, barefoot, test them. They'll have lots of different points in the body will be off. You take them outside, put them on the earth, you test them again, all those points come back on. Because that's the way the body kind of sets for this. So when we talk about things like, 5G frequencies causing problems in the body, that's kind of what we're talking about. We talk about cell phone frequencies, EMF stuff. That's more or less what we're talking about. So it is a real thing. You look at all the research on red light, just like there's no research. There's tons of research on frequency healing. Look at all the research on red light therapy. So all of the frequency on all the stuff on red light therapy is frequency healing research. So you just haven't looked at it that way. We've seen amazing things with resetting people's frequency harmonics. People who are allergic to eggs, people who can't eat eggs or they blow up and they get all sorts of issues. We see that go away in about 20 minutes. People who have nut allergies, where they eat a nut and they peanut or something and they die. Anaphylactic shock. those things we can knock out in about 20 minutes with this stuff. It's been really amazing and fantastic to see some of these things work. So, and most of the time, those egg allergies and those peanut allergies are induced by vaccines. The reason for that is because they use peanut stuff and they use egg stuff in the vaccine. The vaccine tells the body be very, very, very freaked out, scary about everything we just injected into you. So not only whatever the part of the virus, the part of the thing is, but all the adjuncts. So that's where a lot of that comes from. Because people were like, well, how come nobody was allergic to peanuts, 50 years ago? It's because we weren't vaccinating as much 50, 60 years ago. And the stuff that the medium that you use, whether it's chicken embryo or, egg embryo, egg pieces, or peanut oils and stuff like that, is going to be carried into the vaccine and is going to then alter the way your body performs. And that's why these vaccines are causing so many autoimmune issues and gut issues and things like that. So that's when I talk about frequency healing, frequency stuff, Thera stuff. That's what we're talking about. Very often we've got to clear those things before everything else will fix. And so the Thera function is a really, really, really cool tool. And it's also very, very important. Every once in a while, we'll get one of the chemtrails that comes through and it blows everybody up. And so we've got to, reset the frequencies for that. Big, solar flares and stuff like that create large electromagnetic bursts, pulses. We've got to reset people from that. Your body is actually inside what I call a toroid field. So you can Google toroid field, and it looks kind of like a magnetic field that kind of goes around, just like a stick magnet, not a horseshoe, but a stick magnet. And you'll see that whole thing, but it's in 3D. So it's kind of like that. It's like you're standing in the center of a donut, if you will. And so that toroid field can be altered, messed up, and you can get, issues with the way it functions that you can then reset with things like frequency work, grounding. There's some clay packing techniques that'll work. So that type of thing. So frequency healing is 100% really a thing. I don't know if like a lot of people, when I go through this, I go, oh, I do kind of believe in those things. I have seen these things happen. And when I get out in the sun, I do feel better myself. And so I guess that frequency hitting me changes. Yeah. Okay. I can see it now. And that's where a lot of this is. A lot of these frequency machines, you go back to Royal Rife. If you guys want to go into find a fun rabbit hole, go look at Royal Rife, what the medical institution did to him after he figured out how to kill all sorts of viruses, bacteria, and cancers and stuff like that with frequency work that was not drug related. It was terrible. Just go walk that rabbit hole. That's a fun one. So that's where a lot of this stuff is. It's really, really a cool deal. It's very, very helpful. There's been a lot of people that, after we've reset them, they've been fantastic. There's a whole lot of people who are allergic to electromagnetic fields. We've had several people come in whose husband or wife are in IT, and they've got servers and all sorts of computers and all sorts of stuff in one side of the room, one side of the house. And these people get sick as they go closer to that one side of the house. And that's a real thing. So as we start kind of walking into all this stuff and you start hearing more and more about it, ask questions about it, because it's a fantastic tool. It is unbelievable. We've been able to take kids who literally can't eat anything and fix it all in, a couple sessions. And the sessions usually take 30 minutes to an hour, and you just sit there and you just let the electromagnetic fields reset your system. So it's a really cool tool. It's a really cool technique. So if you guys have those issues, look for frequency healing, look for that type of stuff, swing by the office, we'll reset you. But it's really, really cool. So if your kids have anaphylactic issues to peanuts and things like that, I would definitely go in and get this stuff done, because it can save your kids' lives. So that's it. If you guys have any questions, hit us up in the comments, or questions@chalmerswellness.com. You guys have a fantastic day. Thanks for your time.